Hello, my name is Jeremy Jones and I'm with the KUNM Youth Radio Project. Today is May 15th and I am here with Louis Head here at the Bareilles Community Center in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Could you tell us why you are here today?
Well, I'm here along with other members of SWOP and other people from different organizations in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we're participating in what's called a People's Movement Assembly in preparation for the United States Social Forum. So we're here for a few hours at the Bareilles Center, and people are getting together in the People's Movement Assembly session.
And I understand that the assembly is for the U.S. Social Forum, which is a caravan to...
Well, there's a lot of things. There's different pieces of it. I can break it down. The United States Social Forum is part of the Social Forum process. It relates to the World Social Forum, which brings together people every few years from around the world. And by people, I mean people who are grassroots people, working class people, indigenous people, people from many different countries, especially in the global south, countries south of the United States and outside of Europe and the wealthy countries, that come together to figure out how to better deal with the imbalance of power that exists in the world. The U.S. Social Forum in Detroit will take place next month in Detroit, the latter part of the month. And the People's Movement Assembly is a way to prepare people in different parts of the country both to participate in Detroit before they get there, and by identifying their concerns, the issues that are affecting them in their communities, what's the impact, for example, of the economic crisis on them and their families and their communities, what's the impact of the racist legislation that was just passed in Arizona and how that's affecting people, or how it could affect people here in New Mexico, and a lot of other concerns that are things that are on people's minds right now. And we bring folks together all over the country. They have these discussions, and they kind of put together an agenda to take to Detroit when they get there. And then in Detroit, there are going to be People's Movement Assembly activities going on as part of the U.S. Social Forum, which has a lot of other stuff happening at it as well. The People's Freedom Caravan that you were asking about is a way that people get to Detroit.
What does this mean for you?
I mean, every day's a new day, every step is another step, but for me it's really the next logical step in 30 years of work that I've been involved in personally, in terms of dedicating my life to building the social justice movement in the United States. And we've come a long ways because there's so much activity going on all over the country right now. Back when I was a real young guy, and we were starting to do this work and I was getting involved in it, you didn't see this kind of activity going on. And I think we've come a long ways in not only building up what people are doing in different places and actually having a lot of success, getting better people elected to office, or winning certain kinds of fights, be it educational issues or workplace issues, or getting stuff cleaned up where there was pollution and contamination, or just people being able to document their history like you guys are doing with this project, having something to show for what you've been involved in. I've seen that kind of stuff increase many times over during that period of time. So when I can see, upwards of 20,000 people going to Detroit, which, by the way, is where I'm from originally. I've lived here for many years, but I'm from there, so it's very meaningful for me, in terms of that. I can see it as the culmination of a lot of work, and then, from my perspective, it makes me want to look forward to the next 30 years.